Brian.
And I'm Logan. And this is Tops.
Sup?
And this is Bottoms. Sup. And this is Triple. Sup. Avocado. Orcust. Whoa. And we're Crush Cards. Hi, team. Happy Monday, my magical music notes. I hope you're ready for today's deck profile because it's Orcust and it's still alive and bopping.
Orcust is one of those decks that kind of never really went anywhere, though it may have fallen from the tier 1 status down to like the tier 2 status. Orcust was one of those decks that was at the top of the Eternal format for over a year. Even though the hit to Harp Horror was a very detrimental hit, the deck has gotten direct and indirect support over the last couple months and throughout the last couple sets.
Woo!
The deck is super versatile. It can still adapt so many different ways and has a ton of different play routes.
I used to really hate Orcust, but after I did the World Legacy lore, doink doink, shameless plug, I ended up really liking the archetype.
Not only is this deck super fun to play, but it does feel a lot better to play when it is max rarity. So with that being said, before we get into the day's deck profile, if you guys are not already a subscriber, feel free to go down, hit that subscribe button, throw this video a like, and this is a music related deck, so throw in the comment section what your favorite genre of music is.
We also have an Instagram, it's at CrushCardsYGO. Feel free to come say hi if you want to hang out and interact with us. And then we also have a Discord if you want to interact with the community and us all together while we shebang. And then last but not least, if you want to further support the channel, we have a Patreon. We have some of the best rewards in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. It's amazing. Feel free to check it out. If not, that's okay. I'm just happy you're here to jam with us.
Side decks for this will also be up on Patreon along with tons of different combo lines because this deck has a billion of them. And for those of you who may have missed it, we did upload a little late yesterday, but we announced a brand new series where you guys are directly involved in the content that we make. So make sure you go check that out. We will link it in the corner above.
All right, time to get into the deck profile, and to seamlessly transition, we're going to use this brand new Noodle Soup needle fiber sticker that I designed that actually drops today, $5 to the PayPal, free international shipping. Wow, deck profile time, neat.
Starting off with our Orcust lineup, we are playing triple copies of Gearsu, the Orcust Mech Knight, which is actually Europrint if it looks a little bit darker. This card is one of the best normal summons in the deck because if this card is normal or special summon, you can send one Orcust or World Legacy card from your deck to the graveyard. It does have an additional effect where if there are 2 or more cards in the same column, you can treat this card as a tuner, but we are not playing Needle Fiber or any synchros. So y'all can rejoice. It's finally another deck that has no Needle Fiber in it. And then the other really awesome effect is if you control no other monsters, you can special summon 1 World Legacy token to your side of the field and your opponent's side of the field in defense position. That's really, really good because it kind of forces hand traps. Like if your opponent has a Gamma or an Infinite Impermanence, they have to use it on this card because once they have something on their field, they can't use either of those. This is just one of the best cards in the deck to open. And then moving on, we are playing triple copies of Orcust Nightmare.
So the most important thing to know about Orcust Nightmare is that you can banish her from your graveyard and then you can Foolish Burial Dark Machine monster. That's literally it. She literally just keeps the engine going, helps you extend, all that fun stuff. But if you do happen to summon her, she can't be destroyed by Battle of the Link monster. That's pretty cool. She literally just helps facilitate extension. It's also good to note that a lot of the Orcust monsters lock you into dark monsters, so you need to be mindful of that. But good news is this entire extra deck is essentially dark, so you really don't have to worry about it. We made it all happen for you.
We're playing 2 copies of the World Legacy World Wand. This is basically the other part of the loop. So the loop is Nightmare and World Wand. So realistically, Nightmare will banish itself to Foolish the World Wand, and then World Wand will banish to special summon the Nightmare. And then we're playing double copies of our Orcust Symbol Skeleton.
This is our Mizuki for the deck for all my diehard zombie players, and then this is also for the 6 paleo players that exist, including me and Wiz. This is your Ronin Totem. So you can banish this card from your graveyard, target an Orcust monster in your graveyard, except Symbol Skeleton, special summon it. That's literally it. He's literally just summon something.
I like him because he's drumming. I play drums, so.
I like it because he
Cute
looks
little
like
guy.
he's got like a little backwards hat on, even though he doesn't. It's just a skull. He's like full on jam session.
Yeah, it looks like a frying pan, but it is what
I
it
love
is.
him.
And then for our honorary Orcust monster, a lot of people have maybe cut this card, but I think it's really good at 1.
Gizzy! You play 1 Gizzy because he's a good boy, he's great, he's a dark machine, and you can literally have access to him however you want, whenever you want. You have so many ways to get him out.
It's also good to note that on your turn, this card is also an interruption by popping a face-up card.
Oh yeah.
And then moving off into some of the indirect support that this deck has got, we are playing triple copies of Phantom Knights of Torn Scales.
Yeah, this card is crazy. It's a starter, it's an extender, it's the whole dang package, and I don't know who let this card go.
Torn Scale says you can discard 1 card as the cost. So this helps you get any of your Orcust monsters out of your hand into the graveyard, and then you can send any Phantom Knights card from your deck to the grave. This card is ridiculous. It's a double extender if you have an Orcust card in your hand, and then if a Phantom Knights card would be banished while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card to your side of the field, just banish it once it leaves the field. This card is nuts in the deck. Stay tuned to the combo section at the end, and we will hopefully showcase what this card is capable of doing in this deck. deck.
It's so good. I literally been playing this deck for like 5 minutes because I'm trying to learn it, and like it's just busted.
And then for the remainder of the Phantom Knights card, we are playing the 1 copy of Silent Boots, the 1 copy of Ancient Cloak, and then the 1 copy of Stained Greaves.
Oh, good boys. Except you're common. Also, thank you to everyone in the previous Phantom Knight profile who let us know what a Stained Greave actually is. It's like your little protector shin pads. For Boral Shin Dragon! Now he's gonna be safe while he's playing soccer and kicking all your monsters off the field.
All these cards are really good extenders in the deck because Ancient Cloak basically searches your Silent Boots, and then the reason we are playing the Stained Greaves is because if you open either of these two, you can send this off of your Torn Scales instead and then banish it to summon either of these. So you still have access of them, which makes these two cards not bricks. And then it's also an additional extender if you open it, because once a Phantom Knight monster is special summoned to your side of the field, it will special itself from the hand as well. These are just really, really good level 3 extenders. They go really good with the deck because everything is dark. They allow you to get into a ton of cards in your extra deck, and they just provide you with additional extenders.
They're also just cute and have happy little faces. Happy little ghosts.
And then for our honorary Orcust cards, we're playing our Dangers.
It's the Dangers, all 3 of them.
We really don't need to explain these cards. They just draw you cards, they special summon themselves, and they're free bodies.
You search, you summon, you summon. Wow!
Also good to note, these are level 3s. Speaking of 3s, we are playing the 1 copy of Sea Archiver. This is a really, really cool card in the deck because even though we are playing 10 Orcust cards, if we don't see any Orcust cards, but we do see a way to our Phantom Knights play, this is an additional extender to help us get full combo regardless.
Did somebody say that Marincess is being updated?
It may be. Who knows? You'll have to stay tuned. If you guys are interested in the combo with this, feel free to check out the Patreon in the link in the description box down below. We will be doing every single combo that this deck is capable of. And then for our going second cards, we are still main decking double copies of Raiden, the multi-dimensional kaiju. This card is just really, really good. It's a dark monster. It allows you to clear any threat on the board going second. And even if you open it going first, we are playing Allure of Darkness, so it's just a free dark monster to banish. And playing doubles is really, really good because if you do give your opponent one and you open the other one, you can just special it regardless.
And now time for arguably one of the best hand traps of the format. It's Triple Skullmeister. This card like has been under the radar on and off in formats, but this format is bonkers. This card is so good right now.
It's unfortunate because Skullmeister, Ghost Bell, and Lancia are kind of seeing main deck play, which is one of the reasons that this deck may not be the best right now. But once Konami takes care of Virtual World and Drytron, this could potentially be one of the best decks.
Skullmeister literally just says when a card effect is activated in your opponent's graveyard, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard and negate the effect. It's really good because it does not negate the activation, it just negates the effect. It's also really good because when a card effect is activated, which is great because it's a card, not a monster, and it doesn't target. That's bananas. Hi, welcome to my Dark Magician deck. Just kidding, we're playing Dragoon. It's a good card, and this deck needs it, frankly, and it's really free.
And it's hollow. It's pretty nice. Looks pretty good.
I just want to draw cards. I'm playing Allure. Someone send us all teas, please. It's Allure. You draw 2, banish a dark.
It also has dual application because if you're able to banish one of your World Legacy or your Orcust cards, you can get it back because it's already banished. So it's a really cool extender too.
Get it? Dual application. That was a dual use of the word dual. Oh! Oh my god, the English major in me is dying. Oh, you want to draw more cards? That's pretty cool. We're playing Double Orchestrator turn. This card just says send an Orcust or World Legacy monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Draw 2 cards.
And then arguably, this is still one of the most broken cards in the deck. This card just makes all of your Orcust monsters quick effects.
Babel. If you'd like to know a little bit more about the backstory of Babel, and you want to know more about the World Legacy in general, that's not the lore that I pointed out earlier in the video. I did the mythology and the theology of the World Legacy and all that, so feel free to go check it out. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, what?
And then for our honorary Orcust cards, we are playing the 1 copy of Foolish Burial, and then the honorary Phantom Knight card, we are playing the 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army. Yes, you're not seeing that incorrectly. That is Secret Rare Rhoda. A lot of people don't know that the Speed Duel set that came out just a month ago has the Secret Rare version of this, and Speed Duel cards are legal in TCG, so we figured we might as well play Max Rarity. Just wow. Look how shiny my boy is.
That looks really... Could you imagine an ulti Rhoda? That'd be so cool.
This looks so good.
Now you can search Ray in style. Just kidding. Throw out your Ray. It's garbage.
Praise God. And then to round out the deck for our Phantom Knight cards, we are playing the 1 copy of our You Make VFD.
Yeah, that's literally VFD.
The 1 copy of our Shade Brigadine, and then the double copies of Fogblade. This card's basically an extender. This is Monster Reborn in the graveyard, and it's like a pseudo impermanence, and this is VFD.
This card's bonkers. I don't know why this card is legal.
It shouldn't be.
Starting off the extra deck, we're playing 1 Ultimate Rare Link Spider because that's the right thing to do.
Link Spider has 2 applications. The first of which is if you do get rock, you can take the token and make it into an effect monster. And the second of which is if you need an effect monster, you can link off your Shade Brigadine for this and have that ability. Just be careful because this is an earth monster, so you're going to have to activate that before you activate all your Orcust effects.
This makes Dragoon. Pay 2, get Dragoon. That's it.
We are playing the 1 copy of Barricade Board Blocker still. This is kind of a flex spot in the deck, but once again, it's just a Dark Link 2. It's super generic. It is a machine. It can add back your Babble if you want, and it also discards cards, so it helps you get things out of your hand. We do play a lot of other Dark Link 2s in this deck, so you don't have to play this, but it has come up in testing. If you don't want to burn like an IP or a Galatea, you just make this instead. And then we're playing the 1 copy of Cherubini. This is still, in my opinion, probably one of the best cards in the extra deck. For any of y'all who do not know, this card sends to the graveyard for cost.
Woo!
2 level 3s, and then it sends a level 3 to your graveyard.
Beautiful poetry.
Just so happens that that's a level 3.
Oh, wow, you did that really well. That was a really nice throw.
That was pretty, I'll never be able to do that again.
You saw it here, folks.
Shout out to Symbol Skeleton.
Next up, we're on to Best Girl in the deck. Double copies of Ultimate Rare Galatea. This is probably one of my favorite Ultimate Rares on Earth. I used to really hate Galatea. When you're playing against her, you hate her. But man, she's pretty. So Galatea literally says this linked card cannot be destroyed by battle. Lit. You can target one of your banished machine monsters, shuffle it into the deck, and then you can set 1 Orcust spell trap directly from your deck. Amazing. That sounds like Get Babble.
Or if you already have Babble, you can set your return and then just draw 2 cards. This card's so fun.
And she just helps you recycle resources. She's literally fantastic. God, she's amazing. And then you just kind of leave her on field with Mercy and stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm sorry I called her Best Girl. Best Girl's actually right here. It's IP. I'm sorry I said that. I didn't mean it. Oh my God, look at how upset she is. I'm just kidding. She's perfect. It's IP. I mean, I bet you can guess what the next card in the extra deck is. $20. I bet. Bets? Unicorn. Shuffle. Can't sing. I'm feeling a little rusty today.
This card is disgusting in the deck because you can send 1 Phantom Knight monster from your deck to the graveyard and then set a Phantom Knight spell trap directly from your deck to your spell trap zone. And then once again, the most busted effect is if a Dark Xyz monster is special summoned to this card's arrow, pop a card on the field.
Pop, lock, drop it, Rusty.
So Babble makes all of your Orcust monsters quick effects, so you can just skeleton back your ding, summon ding to the arrow, and then you can pop 2 cards.
That's nutty. Why is this card allowed?
So free.
It wouldn't be an Orcust deck without Avramax. Haha, you thought I was gonna say something silly like Long Gear Suit. Jokes. No, that card's bad. We're playing Avramax. He's literally great. I really don't feel like I need to explain Avramax. He's one of the best Link 4s in the game. Boral Sword! Not Boral Shin. Boral Sword. Oh! Raw. And then, obviously, we're playing double Ultimate Rare Dingirsu. Ooh, hey! Claps for the cutie.
So Dingirsu is really good in this deck because you can overlay it on top of any of your Orcust Link monsters, which is just Galatea, because as Logan said, we're not playing Long Gear Suit. That card is bad. And then on summon, this card has 1 of 2 effects. You can either send a card on the field non-targeting to the graveyard, or you can attach one of your banished machine monsters to this card as material. It also has the insane effect where not a hard one's return. If a card or cards you control would be destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can detach 1 material from this card instead. That's the next card in the extra deck. This card says you can't play the game and you should be banned.
Dragoon! Wow, amazing. I bet you didn't know that was in the extra deck. Here it is. All right, combo time. Well, I'd like to share with you guys that I showed at the beginning of the video our new stickers. They're noodle soup stickers and they're absolutely perfect. I designed them myself. I did all my hard work. It's super cute. They say crush cards down at the bottom with tops and they're sparkly and perfect, and it's Noodle Fiber being like, hey, I'm not banned. Haha. Ha 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 ha. And you can have one for yourself. It's $5 down to the PayPal links in the description box down below. Free international shipping. That's it. Just put your name and address and it's all yours, baby. Perfect. And it's waterproof. Wow.
All right, now that that's out of the way, opponent, you want to cut the deck and maybe we can see what we can go for this?
I would love to. Please teach me about music.
All right, we'll see. Girsu, that's a card and a half. Nightmare. Oh, this card came out already. A return. Our Stained Greaves and our Raiden. First thing we're going to do is we're going to return with our Nightmare, drawing 2 additional cards.
Woo!
Wow, that's
Hot
really
dog.
strong.
We're cooking with oil.
Alright, first thing we're going to do here is we are going to just normal summon out our Torn Scales and then activate the effect. Here we will discard our Girsu, and then we will send our Ancient Cloak from our deck to our graveyard. Now we can banish the Ancient Cloak, add our Silent Boots directly from our deck to our hand. And now because we control a Phantom Knight's monster, we can just special summon our Silent Boots, link for 2. This will grab us our Cherubini, and then we can activate the Cherubini's effect, sending our Symbol Skeletons. So now, to try to play around the beer, we do want to keep the Symbol Skeleton in the graveyard as long as we can. So we're going to activate our Boots in the graveyard, banishing it. This will search us our Shade Brigandine, and then because our Phantom Knight's monster was banished, we can then once again summon back our Torn Scales. Now we can set our Brigandine, and obviously we have no traps in our graveyard. We can just activate it and special summon it, linking it away into our copy of Link Spider. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, we can feel free to go into our Orcust plays. So now we can just banish our skeleton, summoning back our Gearsu. We can activate Gearsu. Gearsu will send our World Legacy World Wand. Typically you would send your Nightmare here, but we already have Nightmare access. So now we're gonna activate the Nightmare, sending our Gizmek Orochi directly from our deck to our graveyard. Now, of course, we can banish our World Wand, special summoning back our Nightmare, and then we can link for 2 into our Galatea. Now we can activate the Galatea, shuffling back our World Wand, setting and then activating our Babel directly from our deck. Now we can overlay into Dingirsu, and Dingirsu is going to attach our Symbol Skeleton to it from our Banish pile. Now we can link again into our Rusty Bardiche, activate the Rusty, sending another Torn Scales from our deck to our graveyard to set our rank up magic launch. Now we can link for 2 into our Verte Anaconda.
Oh boy, I wonder where this is going.
We can obviously just pay 2, send our Fusion, our Red Eyes, and our Dark Magician. We will summon our Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. And then with that, we have 3 cards in hand, one of which is a Kaiju for follow-up. We have a Skullmeister, so we do have a hand trap. We have our Dragoon Negate, we have our Rank Up Magic, and then in our graveyard, because we have Babel, we have live a Symbol Skeleton, our Gearsu, a Gizmek Orochi, we have our Galatea, and our Dingirsu, along with an additional Nightmare. Our graveyard is stacked, and we have at least 6 interruptions on our opponent's turn. So we're gonna pass to our opponent, and then on their standby phase, we are going to go ahead and activate the Symbol Skeleton, banishing it, summoning back our Dingirsu from our graveyard to the arrow that Rusty points to. Now, it's very important. Rusty will be Chainlink 1 to pop, and it will target Dingirsu, and then Dingirsu will be Chainlink 2 to attach the banished Symbol Skeleton. Now, as Chainlink 1, Rusty will attempt to pop the Ding, and then Ding can resolve detaching the Symbol Skeleton to save it so. Still in the standby phase, now that Dingirsu has no materials, you can activate the Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic launch, and then this will make you your VFD. And then obviously, still in the standby phase, we'll just activate VFD, detaching the Ding, calling whatever you think is going to be most important in that matchup. We still have a Dragoon Negate live, and we still have our Nightmare in our graveyard along with our Gizmek Orochi for additional interruption. And then not only do we have a hand trap, but we have a discard target for our Dragoon, which is an Omni Negate becoming 4K. If your opponent can get past that, man, good luck. And if this wasn't enough for game anyways, obviously we can still just, during any time in our opponent's turn, just banish the top 8 cards of our deck face down, summoning our Gizmek Orochi, the Sasuke Snatcher.
So yeah, to anyone who thinks that Orcust sucks or that Orcust is dead, they are extremely wrong. This deck is very good. Obviously, it's not exactly the tier 1 deck that everyone's talking about because of Drytron and Virtual World taking over everything and being annoying, but this deck is definitely up there. Like, I really think this deck is phenomenal. I mean, I know we built the deck and we're all like gung-ho about it, but this deck is insane. Like, look at this board and tell me that this is not amazing. And this deck is extremely consistent. I've been playing this deck. I'm trying to learn it and become really good with it so that I can actually use it in tournaments, and I love this deck. I think it's amazing. So you know what? If I can do it, you can do it. That's your Monday inspiration, team. But we hope you like this deck profile. Make sure you buy a Noodle Soup sticker. Links in the description box down below to our PayPal. And feel free to check out the Instagram if you want to see a better look at it on our story. But we love you. You matter. We are so excited to do the new year with you guys. All right, so boys, take it away.
Bye, friends. Bye. Have a great day. Oh, enjoy your super.
Yeah.
New